State Bank and Trust has been invested in Winfield and Marion County for more than a century, and today we remain deeply committed to meeting the needs of local families and businesses with excellent financial products and friendly down-home service.
But more than that, we're dedicated to supporting the growth, success, and well-being of our community as a whole. Because when it comes right down to it, there's nothing more important than community.
And just like our outstanding city officials, police, and fire departments, you can count on State Bank and Trust to help make Winfield and Marion County a great place to live for everyone who calls this area home.
Hello everyone, this is Chuck from Span Hardware in Winfield, Alabama. Good to be with you today, and I just want to let you know we've got some new things this year for the spring season. As you can see, Stihl now has the lawnmower. We're going to have a full line of the Stihl zero-turn mowers. We have a full line of the Stihl weed trimmer and chainsaws. Just about anything you need to maintain your home this spring and summer. From lawn and garden equipment to paint to hardware, anything you need. Come see us. We'll help you if we can. Thank you.
This is Eric Simmons from Furniture Depot. We have a store in Guin and Fayette. We've been serving the people of Northwest Alabama for 23 some odd years. We'd like to be your furniture store if you'd let us. And we'd like to thank you for your business this past year and invite you to come and shop with us this coming year and for the years to come. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Hello, Lee Hines here, owner-operator of Alexander's Heating and Air Conditioning. We've been family-owned and operated since 1954, proudly serving Marion, Fayette, and Lamar County. We are carrier factory authorized dealers, but service all makes and models. We specialize in residential and light commercial HVAC systems. So as we get ready to enter another hot Alabama summer, please remember Alexander's Heating and Air for all your HVAC needs.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties. You don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
At Bowen Funeral Home, we understand the importance of a personal commitment to provide quality services and products with value to meet every family's need. You'll find very caring professionals that truly desire to offer dignified service and true value that families need and desire during the loss of their loved one. With our newly renovated facilities, services, and quality merchandise, you can rest assured that we stand ready to meet the needs of your family in honoring lives lived. Bowen Funeral Home is located at 981 Alabama Highway 253, just south of Winfield High School. Call Tommy Bowen, Certified Funeral Service Practitioner, at 205-487-4327.
beautiful day we've had today. I'd like to ask you to watch over the city council this afternoon, make decisions the best we can for the city of Winfield. Thank you for helping the ones that have been sick, getting better, and watch over the ones that are still ill. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everybody to June 2023 City Council meeting. First item on the agenda is approve the minutes for June 6th, 23 meeting. I'd like to ask the approval of the minutes. If anybody's got a question or comment how they've been written. Keith made a motion in just a second. So, Tim, second, all in favor. Next item on the agenda is we've got a representative here from Tiffin, Scott Nash, Director of HR. You want to come up and tell us what you got going on?
Yes, sir. First off, Mayor Price, I appreciate it. I know how valuable your time is and the other members' time is. I'll keep it brief. My name is Scott Nash. I am Director of Human Resources. I've been with Tiffin for 2 months and 3 weeks. I met with Lee Tiffin through this interview process, and when they hired me, it was right at the time of the reduction. Why would I go to work for a company in the midst of what we went through? Well, it was a sign to me when Lee said, I want you to help lead us out of this. Okay? So, I'd been there a couple weeks, and there's a cafe that I go to for breakfast in Belmont on my way in. And I heard several folks talking about Tiffin and closing and, oh, woe is me and all this. Well, I went to Lee and I said, we've got to put an end to all the rumors. We need to do community outreach and talk to city council members just to let them know that we are strong, that we are no different than anybody else in these current economic times, but we're battling through it. Lee Tiffin wanted to go through where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Where we've been in the last 6 or 8 months, there's been many challenges. We talked about the economy. Hey, it's all of us are facing it. We have faced a recall with Mercedes with the parking brake, which stalled, completely stopped retail sales for 90 days, November through January. Ford chassis, which are predominantly used on the Midas, which is here in Winfield, their availability has been just, we get them trickled in. Where we are now, we're still working 5 days a week steady. We're in a great inventory position, down from having 400 on lots, down to a inventory of about 250 items out there, which is a very comfortable position for Tiffin. Weekly retails are between 18 and 20 units per week, and this is about the same as it was this time last year. We are cautiously optimistic through even these economic times that production will increase. We're going to take a conservative approach, of course, but that is our outlook. Going forward, Tiffin continues to invest heavily in our infrastructure, marketing, sales, IT, human resources, to prepare us for this expected growth and to lead the RV industry out of this slump in sales. Winfield is our number 2 facility. We're not going anywhere. We are very confident in the saying that we cannot go forward without this Winfield facility. We're currently at, I think, just short of 160 employees, and we want to, and we're continuously looking to expand our products, create new products, get into new areas of the business, and Winfield's going to play a key part in that. Also going forward, I don't know if any of you know Tim Massey. He's our current plant manager. He has a very distinguished career with Tiffin of, I believe it was 39 years. He's decided to retire. He will be missed, but we have named his replacement. It's Zach Nethery. I always want to add an L to your name, Zach. Sorry about that. And if you don't mind, I'd like for him to introduce himself to y'all, because I would like him to come probably at least a minimum of once a quarter, and just to give you an update of where we're at, if that's okay. Zach, could you come up here and just tell them who you are?
Absolutely. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Price, council members. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. As you said, my name is Zach Nethery. I grew up right down the road from here in Lamar County, if you can forgive me for that. So when he says that Winfield is our #2 facility in terms of number of people we employ, number of products we produce, that's true. But I'll tell you, to me, Winfield's our #1 facility. This is really close to home to me. I'm excited to be at the Winfield plant. A little bit about my career with Tiffin. I've been with the company just a little bit longer than Scott has. Been there 7 years. So I started out at our fifth wheel plant in Burnsville, Mississippi. Led the engineering department there. Came here to the Winfield plant and took over engineering there. And now I've been tasked with running operations, taking Tim Massey's job when he retires. And I'm excited about it. There are a lot of things to look forward to. We don't plan on going anywhere. We're thrilled to be working 5 days a week right now. We don't take that for granted. We know that not everybody is right now. And we're looking for big things in the future. Always looking, as you said, to expand, produce more, hire more, do more. And speaking of those inventory levels, he mentioned 18 to 20 retail sales a week. We're building 10 a week. So we're seeing those inventory numbers drop to a lot more manageable level, and that's kind of been the key indicator of where we should be production-wise. So cautiously optimistic was a good way to put it. We're optimistic that we can increase production, increase hiring to match production, and I look forward to coming once a quarter and giving an update.
So good. Mayor Price, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your time.
Sounds good. I appreciate y'all, and we look forward to, future meetings with you and hope to see an increase. But I got one real quick question about the call center, the service center. How are we with the service center up at the corridor?
IT has made great progress in that direction. The last I heard, now I'm not in IT, we had Jonathan Osborne was over service, and he commended IT on the way it was being handled. So right now everything's good.
Very good. Back before COVID hit or whatever, I was talking with Tim Massey about further expansions or whatever. He was looking at the increasing, moving some of the, adding paint lines, I think, adding extra paint booths. I don't know if they did that or not. And he was talking about maybe adding to parking on the parking side on the south side of the property over there. They were talked about that. As far as expansion or growing anymore, is that still something that the production picks up that you're looking at?
So with the paint booths at the service center, I think air permits were kind of a big hang up there for us. I don't know of any plans to increase paint booths at the plant itself. At the service center, we've talked about it. I'm not sure if that's still on the agenda or not. The parking lot, The reason that we needed to expand that south parking lot was because we're being overrun with chassis inventory. We've got plenty of parking lot for employee parking. We could fit triple what we've got now, at least. But we've got a plan to move some of those chassis out of here. So I don't think that the parking lot expansion is quite as big of a deal as it was going to be. But that's only because, not because we're looking to park less people, just because we're looking to get a lot more raw inventory out of the way.
Right. All right, well, we appreciate it, and look forward to talking with you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
I need to ask, if Ken asked to amend the agenda for an issue that Susan has approached me about to kind of come. Of course, we know our agenda was put together rather fast before we had a meeting on Tuesday, Thursday, but I need to ask for amend the agenda to let Susan speak on behalf of the senior citizen program. Tim, Keith, second, all in favor? All right, Susan, go ahead. What you got going on here?
Thank y'all for the meeting to agenda so I could talk to you about this. I am trying to apply for an RC&D grant to purchase a bus, different from the one we got. It's basically just a bus where we could go on trips. Part of the reason why, and I'll show y'all on phone here some pictures we've made, I am running over. I am busting at the seams. I'm in my garden room is completely full. I'm praising God for this. I've worked long and hard to get here, and I finally have.
And what's a regular, let me break it down, what's a regular amount?
That I'm having between 25 and 30. That is I wasn't there today. I had a bus meeting, school bus meeting, so I don't know how many we fed today, but daily we're feeding in the high 20s. We recently went to the Amish country, and I had to charter a bus to do that. It's $2,000 for me to charter a bus for us to go there. That's why I did the Swamp Johns. At the end of March, I took that money to pay for the bus. When we went to Senior Citizen Appreciation Day, the end of May in Florence, it took the bus that we have and 4 vehicles for me to get everybody up there. With this bus and the bus that we have, and I'm going to pass some pictures around of it, we would be able to make it with this and the bus that we have on hand. And they're wanting to go places. Right now, I at least get asked once a week, when are we going to Buc-ee's? They're wanting to go to Buc-ee's. And I am not kidding, they want to go to Buc-ee's. Told them I'll take them.
I might go on that trip.
Well, we'll let you go, James, you just let them go with us. My problem is, my bus I've got now will only hold 10 people. So I would be looking at least 4 or 5 more vehicles for us to, if I had this, between this bus and my bus, we could do it with no problem. But I'm wanting to apply for an RC&D grant to get it. My question is, if I get it, is the city willing to do that? Would the city be willing to do the upkeep on it for me?
This going to be 100%, if you're talking about getting it, it's going to be 100% no out of pocket for the city.
At this point on that, I don't know, Mayor, because you know how the RC&D grants can be. I'm going to apply for all of it, but whether they give me all of it, I don't know. And
What's your plans if they don't give you all of it? Or if you, do you know the percentage of what you might be looking at? If, let's say they don't give you 100%, have you got a ballpark?
No, because I've never applied for one for this big, this amount of money. If I don't get all of it, I guess I'll be back asking, would y'all please help me with the rest of it?
What you're wanting us to give you a blessing on applying.
Just to fight the grant, yeah. And that way, if I get it, I know that y'all will at least, I'm just wanting the gas, fuel, oil changes, tires, general maintenance. And we're not talking about it being used every day, so I'm figuring one oil change a year. I don't know how often you change oil on a vehicle like that. I would figure every 5,000 to 7,000 miles.
Upkeep shouldn't be nothing for us, upkeep.
My concern, I'm being honest, is that sitting on the lot right now.
Ma'am?
That's sitting on the hot right now.
How many does it carry?
25. And I won't find out about this grant till September 1. What if it sells between now and then? I went to Carl Cannon and asked them if they would donate it to us. And they told me that, and well, I was going to donate it to Friends of the Park because it's a 501c3. And they just said right now they were not at a point they could do that. So that's when I come, well, why don't I apply for the grant? And I'm just wanting to get to the point, not only go to Buc-ee's, but other places, you know. They're wanting to go to unclaimed baggage. I would love to take them over to Elvis's birthplace. Just some things like that a lot of these people have never been able to do. That some of us take for granted. We just tried to get them to the point to do it, and my program is growing by leaps and bounds, so I would love to be able to do that.
I don't really have a problem with applying, let you apply for the grant, see what, you know, what comes of it, what the RCD says about, you know, for what part of this, how much of this they're gonna pay or pay all of it, what, you come back to us at that point. I mean, that's my take on it. But the council, they got any questions for you, ask, talk with you.
It's only got 21, this thing I printed off from there's, it's got 21,000 miles on it. I had a Carfax on it, and I was gonna print it, but the time had expired and we couldn't get back in there to print it out. But it it's been in no wrecks, no major mechanical issues, anything. The Carfax was clean.
What year is this?
09, I think, James. I may be wrong.
Well, you need something, because I'm concerned about you taking 4 additional cars, where the liability falls on that.
I'm sorry, James.
I said, taking 4 individuals' cars and the liability that falls on the back of the city for that.
That concerns me greatly. That's why we've not won any grants. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, that's...
I'm going to be honest. And a great concern that I've got is, you know, I know sitting there, can't remember when me and Gina went out there. It was before school got out. What if this sells before I get the grant? Because that's, you know, it had already been sitting there 100 days when we went, because they told me it's been here 102 days.
What's the price on it?
$29,545.
How long do you think it take to get the grant if you apply for it?
I won't hear from it till, it's usually about the 1st of September,
September, maybe even October.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's before October because we can start buying stuff October 1. So, yeah, it could easily be sold by then. That's a huge concern I've got. That's why I went to Carl Cannon and said, please. You know, that's a very big concern of mine that it may be sold.
So if you got the grant, there might not be a bus to buy.
Exactly. If I may win the grant, win the $29,000, and there's no bus there for me to get. And finding one that's got 21,000 miles on it for that amount may be next to impossible. It will be impossible locally.
What's your thoughts, Keith, council? I think at least we need to let her apply for the grant to try to purchase it. I'm not familiar with how much that grant and how much the RC&D. I don't think what the last grant amount was we got from them.
And almost most of the grants they awarded, I know Gina could tell me, Mike, from his days, are usually smaller grants. You have to apply for over 5,000. $10,000 is the most. So I'm really stepping out on a limb, asking for 30,000, you might as well say. But I've looked at other avenues and I can't find another grant out there that would suffice for this.
So this particular one, when you apply for it, does it have to be specific? Like, are you just applying for a figure, or in the grant, do you have to put?
You have to put what you're, like if I was going to apply for this podium, I'd have to put that I'm applying for this podium.
So like are you having to put the details of this particular van? So then if it's not there, then you can't use it to buy something.
Right, right. That's what I was trying to pull up there on our website.
She would either have to she would have to go back to RC&D if they sold it and find another vehicle within that price range, or she'd have to give the money back.
Yes. That's it, yeah, you're right. You know, I would love to know that I could just go get it, but
You can't get it now on RC&D, repay the city later.
no, because you cannot write a check prior to October 1. There's the, I don't see y'all passing my answer. There's the thing from Hall County. I tried to print this and it don't print right when you try to print it from their website.
You can see if they'd lease it to you for $400 a month, and then in September buy the lease. She'd still be gambling on the
I'd still be gambling of whether I get the grant or not.
grant.
When you said you write a check, you don't get the grant, I didn't understand that.
You can't pay for it in advance.
I can't, okay, like if I bought it now, I have to show a cancel. For us to get reimbursed, we have to show cancel check, receipt, everything. Nothing can be dated prior to October 1.
Would a lease affect it?
I don't know.
That's what Jane was talking about.
Would it affect that grant?
I have no clue. What would be your take on that?
You'd be buying it from the leasing company at that time, not, I mean, you got a 6-month lease and buy it at the end of the lease. You ain't bought it to the end of the lease and you buy it then. The lease was set up, expired in November.
Your purchase would be after October 1.
Right.
But what I do then, if I don't just let the lease go back?
Yeah. A lot of fun, 6 months.
So you put the lease toward the purchase price, if you do purchase it.
Yeah, you'd have a buyout at the end of the lease. Normally on the lease, you have a buyout at the end of the lease. So they were willing to set that lease up at, say, $400 a month on 6 months. And at the end of the lease, you buy it for, say it's $29,500, you buy it for $27,100. That way, Gall County wouldn't have to worry about donating the whole thing out. All they'd be, they're not gonna really be out anything.
Not investigate that.
Okay. But in the meantime, is it okay if I still apply for the grant?
Well, you're gonna need to
Okay.
apply for it anyway.
Okay. If, and I'll make some phone calls over the next few days about the lease. I know
Just, if you find out some information about a lease or whatever, if you want to come back for the next council meeting, the first council meeting in July, come back to us then. Go ahead in the meantime, fill out the grant application, apply for the grant from RCD, and come back.
Okay. All right.
I mean, they've been sitting on there for 100 days, so they've lost money for 100 days.
Well, see, that was kind of
They would
like,
have something coming in for.
that was kind of my thinking when we had went, because we knew it had been sitting there a while, that, hey, they might just want to get off of this.
They just don't, you don't let it get off of it.
Yeah. So,
win-win for both parties.
All right, I'll start making some phone calls over the next few days and see what I can come up with and, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Luke. Council date change for July, the first meeting would be set for July the 4th. We need to change that date. Tim, Gina, and Keith's gonna be out of town.
On July the 4th? Everybody's gonna be out there July the 4th. I'm gonna be Lamar County.
What day you wanna have it?
It don't matter to me.
6th?
That'd be fine. It's Thursday, isn't it?
I need to ask for motion to change the council meeting from the first to the first Thursday in July for first meeting in July for the council. July the 6th, 5:30. Keith and Gina all in favor.
When's our runoff election date?
July 11th.
So that's gonna be the Tuesday after, if we changed it to
Thursday after.
Thursday the 13th, we could get two things at one time. We could get,
Yeah, the 13th would be better.
we would have this, we could certify the election and have city council.
We're gonna have a council meeting that following Tuesday.
So, we had a special thing the other day, and we haven't won this.
Bit short agenda.
Same thing, no different than what we did last time.
That's up to y'all. Let's say, hold on, July what?
July 11th, to have the city council on July 13th.
That's good work for me. My calendar battery went dead. But I think that's good for me. I've got a council member saying July, set it for July the 13th.
Well, we're gonna have a meeting that day anyway. Just about.
Canvass election.
Yeah.
How do we have to, because we've already voted and seconded the 6th.
Y'all motion and second stand to keep it for the 13th. All in favor of the 13th? July 13th, 5:30. 5:30? You're going to canvass elections at the same time? All right, next item on the agenda is old business. Keith.
Believe it's third week of June.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'll probably cover it when it's running.
Why don't you go ahead and start this, man?
Keith's got concern about the culvert on Highland. I've talked with, the problem that we have with that on Highland is the landowners up above where our park comes in and goes on the road, haven't done what they're supposed to do as far as water leaving and coming off the hill there going into the bog. We're still going to put a box type drain there where this pipe comes in and then it goes out in a box instead of it being connected all the way to catch what water comes down off the hill. But before we can do that, they're going to have to fix the issue that they've got above the drainage. And we're working on getting in touch with the landowners to let them know that they've got to correct their problem on top of the hill. If you remember when they had all that tore out, they've got the upper part fixed, but they didn't fix the part between them and us. But Luke Porter's on it, making contact. Rob's on it. We're all three on it, the engineer, Rob, and me, trying No, no, what, is it Green Mountains or?
Mountain
Good old
Express.
George? Yeah.
Mountain Express.
Yeah, Mountain Express. So that's where we're at on that. Old business on the traffic light situation. Have you got a new confirmed date, Angie?
I do have, the DOT come by, and they've done all their work. They've got me, they gave me the plan, the road plan, and I went over with DOT, and we're good.
It's actually supposed to be this week, is when it's supposed to be set for the third week in June. I believe was the date that they had tentatively set the last time.
Wes and them told me that they would give me at least a week's notice before it happened, put it out. And they said that they would not call me until they knew for sure that it was a go.
For the water problem at Antique Mall, I think we've got the water problem solved. We were going in there, but when the storm came through and the power poles got set, we believe that when they set that pole, they set it through the middle of the drain and stopped that drain and backed the water up and making pressure to cause it to go on underneath the wall at Antique Mall on that west side. We believe that problem's cured. If so, we're not going to have to hire AFS to do the work for us. That's good. I seen we have started advertising the bid for the paving. It went out, I think it went out in the paper this week, didn't it? I think it went out pretty good this week. So is bid opening, does anybody know when the bid opening is supposed to be?
Did it say on there?
You don't remember, do you, Lou? I think the bid opening is going to be next week. I think that's correct. If that be the case, I believe it'd be on the agenda for us to approve the bid by the next council, especially since we moved that next council meeting now. We'll have our bids in for that project. Let's see what Gina, Gina's got a project going on at the park. She sent me a request about today, so I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, see what you know what it is, Mike? I can't remember what it is. I guess that's all I got, so it is. Well, let me go brief. We've got the roof on the next steps on the NYA. Tell me what that stands for.
National Youth Alliance, so National Youth Association, I believe. It's a back to work program back in the day.
Back in the 60s,
30s or 40s, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was part of the New Deal. I'm trying to remember from when I did a story on that.
Sort of like the Civilian Conservation Corps.
Anyway, that building, we've got a historical grant. The next step, after since we've got the roof on it, I think we came in pretty good on the roof. The next step is the facials and the work on the outer part of the roof, and then we'll move forward probably on the inside after that. I assume will be the next.
Windows.
Yeah, the windows. Getting that corrected. We had to move forward on our CDBG grant with the demolition project. We had to make a judgment call and take this building out. It's beside the NYA building, the old school, the clinic. We had to pull that building out because of timeline issues, being able to move forward with the rest of the grant. So we made a judgment call to pull that out, but in the there'll be a few more people that came in late and asked about demolition. That come in late will be able to possibly now get theirs added to it, which I think it was possibly about the same amount that they're saying we'll probably be able to add, 4 or 5 structures. That's about the same amount of people that had asked, wasn't it?
That had talked to me, I don't know who else.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2, but the same ones that talked to me may have talked with you. We've got to get with Mike, and we're going to try to get the addresses and everything added to those on that grant. I guess that's all over this we got. You got anything, Kim?
No, mine was just the roads. I mean, not the roads, the red lights.
And I think, now, let me back up, I know I didn't quit talking and ask you, but James, I think we had, when we discussed Gray Circle, that the way I understood that, was we got more than just that one road in that project.
It's not the way it's drawn out on the paperwork.
I think it's how it's drawn out on the map, though. It's drawn out on the map to get them all.
Price doesn't reflect that.
Sure. I think Luke did too. I'll check with him, but either way, it's out for bid, we'll see what. I think the engineer thinks it is.
You can draw it on the map like that.
We'll check on it.
Not price like it is.
Yeah. Tim, you got anything? James? All right, let's see what this is. All right, nobody else got nothing. I need to ask for a motion to pay the bills. James? Tim, second, all in favor? All right, I need to ask for a motion to adjourn. Gina and Tim.
State Bank and Trust has been invested in Winfield and Marion County for more than a century, and today we remain deeply committed to meeting the needs of local families and businesses with excellent financial products and friendly down-home service.
But more than that, we're dedicated to supporting the growth, success, and well-being of our community as a whole. Because when it comes right down to it, there's nothing more important than community.
And just like our outstanding city officials, police, and fire departments, you can count on State Bank and Trust to help make Winfield and Marion County a great place to live for everyone who calls this area home.
Hello everyone, this is Chuck from Span Hardware in Winfield, Alabama. Good to be with you today, and I just want to let you know we've got some new things this year for the spring season. As you can see, Stihl now has the lawnmower. We're going to have a full line of the Stihl zero-turn mowers. We have a full line of the Stihl weed trimmer and chainsaws. Just about anything you need to maintain your home this spring and summer. From lawn and garden equipment to paint to hardware, anything you need. Come see us. We'll help you if we can. Thank you.
This is Eric Simmons from Furniture Depot. We have a store in Guin and Fayette. We've been serving the people of Northwest Alabama for 23 some odd years. We'd like to be your furniture store if you'd let us. And we'd like to thank you for your business this past year and invite you to come and shop with us this coming year and for the years to come. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Hello, Lee Hines here, owner-operator of Alexander's Heating and Air Conditioning. We've been family owned and operated since 1954, proudly serving Marion, Fayette, and Lamar County. We are Carrier Factory authorized dealers, but service all makes and models. We specialize in residential and light commercial HVAC systems. So as we get ready to enter another hot Alabama summer, please remember Alexander's Heating and Air for all your HVAC needs.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
At Bowen Funeral Home, we understand the importance of a personal commitment to provide quality services and products with value to meet every family's need. You'll find very caring professionals that truly desire to offer dignified service and true value that families need and desire during the loss of their loved one. With our newly renovated facilities, services, and quality merchandise, you can rest assured that we stand ready to meet the needs of your family in honoring lives lived. Bowen Funeral Home is located at 981 Alabama Highway 253, just south of Winfield High School. Call Tommy Bowen, Certified Funeral Service Practitioner, at 205-487-4327.